Hi.
Hi. Her big move should be coming up any moment. Combination hair flip with a giggle. Yes, bravo! Yeah, I know!
I loved that movie about last night.
I still got it on
Legends
the
of
DVR.
the Fall.
Don't tell me what
I mean,
happened.
all of these movies,
Yeah.
great.
Filmmaker Edward Zwick has had huge success on both the big and small screen. The native of the north suburbs burst onto the scene directing the Chicago film About Last Night, and later had hits with Legends of the Fall, Glory, an Academy Award for Best Picture with Shakespeare in Love, and culturally significant TV shows like 30-something, My So-Called Life, and Once and Again. And he has some stories to tell.
He has a new memoir out. It's called Hits, Flops, and Other Illusions, My 40-something Years in Hollywood. And Ed joins us now. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you.
So I always wonder, what part of your life are you at where you're like, all right, I'm telling everything now. I don't want to make any more movies. I don't care. I just want to tell everything. What's your motivation?
I'm not sure it came from that. I think it came from just it began during COVID when I was becalmed and I'm not very good at sitting around. And I took just a good long look at what this time had been and tried to make some sense of it. And it was mostly about the people I'd loved, people I'd fought with, the people that I was worried I'd never see again. And I just started to write it down, and suddenly it became a book.
Famously, a couple of the newspapers have picked up on this story from your book about some fights and entanglements you had with Brad Pitt on the set of Legends of the Fall. Talk about that. Is that blown out of proportion or no?
Yeah, of course it is. That's just clickbait. But, the book is actually, I think, is a very nice picture of him in the book. But yeah, did we squabble? Do people mix it up on the set? Sure. We're passionate, intense people, artists who are nutty anyway. And we're all in this moment that feels like the most important moment of your life, but it's all comes out of passion, and it was really in the nature of the beast.
Was there something in your upbringing in Winnetka or something about Chicago that you bring with you when you are making this artwork?
I've always been very connected to people in Chicago that I've worked with out in California, the guys from Steppenwolf and Joey Mantegna, people who've had this very Midwestern attitude toward work, which is to say, you just keep doing it. It's not pretentious. It's just a job, and you do your best. And it's. I know that sounds so sort of prosaic, but it's true. So it's a work ethic.
Let's talk specifically about some of these movies. Shakespeare in Love originally was supposed to be Julia Roberts and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Well, it was Julia Roberts, and Julia wanted it to be Daniel, but unfortunately Daniel was committed, and I tried to dissuade her of that. And she was a little bit headstrong at the moment. She was 24, and it's forgivable. It's hard to be that age and have all that pressure put on you and people whispering in your ear as to what you're supposed to do. And the movie fell apart then, and it took years to put it back together.
Let's talk about Glory, and let me ask you a two-part question. Denzel Washington, I think all actors are good, but what makes him so good? And I was surprised to see Matthew Broderick is on set with his mother.
No, not on set, but
okay.
He was very young and I think anxious. He had become a star after Ferris Bueller, and I think he was worried about doing this kind of a movie with a very young director, and as I was at the time. Denzel was, there are people who what they know can't be taught. And from the moment that I first met him to the first piece of film that we shot together, it was mesmerizing. And I remember an older cinematographer sitting next to me and looking at him on the dailies for the first time and saying, damn, this kid carries his own lights. And he was that way from the beginning.
Wow. Let's talk about some of your TV work. You talk about meeting a young Claire Danes when you were, she famously got that role in My So-Called Life, which you did. What was it about her that stood out for you?
Well, it has been shown even since. There are some people that have this most remarkable inner life. It's not just about their technique, but this ability to let you in on these processes that are internal and going on. And she's a fascinating, wonderful person, and she has a very antic internal experience, and the camera sees it.
It's interesting how you can spot that,
Yep.
And that, do you find that, What is your favorite project that you've done? Or, you know, out of all the stuff you've done, the list is long. What's maybe the one thing that stays with you?
You know, I think if you ask any director about the best thing he's ever done, he will inevitably say it's the thing I haven't done yet.
Yeah. I know you've worked with a lot of actors, but the one guy that's always fascinated me is Tom Cruise. It seems like I enjoy him in movies. I just sense that like the other actors don't view him as like a serious actor. Like, what's your take about him? What is he like?
Oh, gosh, I don't think that's at all true.
Okay,
When
that's
you talk
good.
to other actors who've worked with him, I mean, God knows. You look at some of the early work in Born on 4th of July and the Paul Thomas Anderson stuff, he's every bit as legitimate an actor as anybody else. And what he mostly is hugely generous to his co-stars. It's important to him that the other performances around him are as good. I mean, I've never seen somebody be so generous as say he was to Ken Watanabe in Last Samurai. He knew that if your co-star is good, it's going to raise you up.
Yeah.
And he comes at it from a very professional response that way.
Great.
Well, it's full of fascinating stories. You can see Ed at the American Writers Museum on Michigan Avenue. That's tomorrow at 6. And then on Friday, he'll be at the University Club of Chicago at 11:30. Check out his social media for more. The book is Hits, Flops, and Other Illusions. Thanks, Ed. Nice to meet you.
Hey, it's you too. See you again.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Bye.